IDS 302, welcome to spring 2021. My name is Michael Fair. I'll be your host. Um, it is Sunday, January 10th at about 9:47. I like to keep these things fresh, because courses evolve and things change and democracy is held past week. So, hey, you know what? It's probably time to celebrate. Oh, no, it's not. This year sucked, huh? Well, this year's only 10 days old. Last year is, whatever. It was rough. Okay. I think I just did my video for 301 and they took the hit. They took the hit for you guys, okay? Because I got off track there, but I'll try to stay on track for you. Um, so, IDS 302, thank you for taking this course with me. I don't think there might be a handful, if that, of students who had me for 301 and I don't know why they would subject themselves to this, but no, it's fine. Um, to those who stuck around, hey, you got this. Trust me. Uh, our text, got to have it, should have it. If you have it for 301, you still have it. Great. We're going to be working on that a lot. Um, these videos I put out for, let's see, let's get that way there. Um, 5 points each, twice a week, twice a module, which 7 modules, right? There's 7, isn't there? Yes. So that's 14 videos, 5 points each. That's 70 points extra that you can add, but they are important in terms of I like to lecture on certain things that you're going to run into in this course. Very important. And so it's not like optional. I mean, it's optional as anything else. You don't have to do anything, right? I mean, everything's optional. You're adults. You go to college. Doesn't mean you got to do anything. So everything is optional. Uh, but I do give you 5 points for sending in the Easter eggs, which means I am going to give you Easter eggs during the video. I'm going to say Easter egg number 1 is blank. You write that down, then you keep watching the video, and you'll hear Easter egg number 2, and then Easter egg number 3, Easter egg number 4. No, typically I forget once every semester to do all 3, and I only have 2. Typically, one semester I go way long, and I got to do 4 or 5 just to keep you interested, or to trick people who think that after I give number 3, they shut it off, and I find out who actually watches the whole video. I mean, yeah, there's ways around everything. If you want to be creative, go ahead and put closed captioning on, scan through the Easter eggs, and good luck, because you're going to do crappy in this course. I trust you to do well. You're here to learn. You're here to add on to your interdisciplinary skill set. And guess what? You're here to do a research project, research paper, something that most of you overwhelmingly probably never have done, and it's going to be exciting. I do not want you to stress it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. And we'll get into that more. But don't quit. Don't give up. It's not like at the end of the course you got to write a 25-page paper. No, you're going to be doing it during the course in little bites that make sense in a chronological order, okay? Which is the same way the assignments are, by the way. I have due dates for everything. You get 5 days after the due date, but it's 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50 get docked, and then it cuts off. Due dates are not like all on Sunday, all on Thursday. I don't do things that way, okay? Because there's again, a sequence, a chronological reality there, logic to the lessons, how they come. If I just jam it all into one day at the end of the module, then like George Carlin says, Mother Nature gave us time so that everything wouldn't happen at once. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. So things always come up. It's a reality of the world we live in right now. Trick is to communicate with me. You will not find an instructor, professor, lecturer that will get back to you faster than me. Pretty much guarantee it. I've had people say, oh my God, I forgot I even sent this. You sent it back to me instantly, blah, blah, blah. I mean, yeah, I do. I have no life, okay? It's a pandemic. I will get back to you quickly. Ideally, I don't want anybody spinning their wheels. We'll run into too many questions in this class that I will not be able to answer unless you ask me, okay? Send the email. Do not cold call me. Do not cold text me, all right? My name is Michael Fair, pronounced Fair. It's not Fryer. It's not Fire. Hey, detect a pet peeve in there. It's Fair, Professor Fair. Do not have a doctorate. You do not have to call me Dr. Fair, please. Okay, just call me, hey, you. No, I like Professor Fair only that it's academically appropriate. It feels more comfortable for everybody involved. Okay. After the class is over, call me anything you want. Okay, so I think you'll be happy with this course. I really do. I've had so many satisfied customers. They're like, like my typical evaluation is like, oh man, I was so freaked out when I heard we had to write a 25-page paper. But this was the greatest thing I ever did in college. It was great. I'll strain myself, pat myself on the back. I try to make it interesting. We've changed it a lot. I've changed it a lot. Okay. Normally at this time of year in spring, I'm teaching in the university face to face. Obviously with COVID, I said, nah, no thanks. I changed it last year. Well, we moved this into 301, and I made my 302 based on this also. And I think it's worked really well in the contents of what our objectives are here. Okay, so let me get the first Easter egg out of the way. I forgot the last video. I didn't do it till about 14 minutes. First Easter egg is what I just said. Don't stress. Don't stress. Okay. This is going to be interesting. You're going to dig it. You're going to get into it. Like the kids say, you're going to dig it. No, that was all right. So, what about me? What is all this stuff? Who is this guy? What's his problem? Well, those are many, and seeking professional help might help. Okay, I've held a lot of different jobs in my life, a lot. Okay, and I like to think that I can relate to every single one of you some way. Okay, I'm not just sitting here being like the biology professor and I've just studied biology since I got out of high school and I'm a biology doctor. That's fine. Those are the people we need, those people. Okay. I'm the guy who I hate jack of all trades. I hate it. Okay. It's not work. I've got experience. So we can go back to restaurant work, farming, truck driving. We can talk about, I was a reporter for a newspaper. And then I worked in circulation and innovated an entire department. I been a professional photographer. I've sold my work as an artist. I've been a writer. I have. I'm a tech sales guy. I still have one account left from one of my jobs for the last 23 years. I would pull in $5 to $10 million a year in revenue. I know what that's like. Sales. Pressure of sales, the success of sales. I'm currently commission based in my other gig, which is just like 10 minutes a day. It's just kind of a residual thing. But I've done that. Okay. I've been in law enforcement. I was a sergeant for Milwaukee County. I moved out to Phoenix. I started working for Sheriff Joe. Am I ashamed to say that? Well, no. I worked at Tent City, if any of you have heard that thing. But I've also worked in the refugee resettlement community here in Phoenix. I worked for Bono, U2, Bonos1.org as a photographer for the 360 tour here. I got to meet a lot of people and Black Eyed Peas and things. I flew to Ghana in West Africa with Stevie Wonder. There's my name drop, and it's just my name drop game is strong, people. To freelance photojournalism on Ghana's 50th Independence Day, as they were the first sub-Saharan country to become independent from colonialism. Okay, I've sold my art, done my work, and I could say a lot about this and a lot about how my visions changed last 13 years ago. But this is what it is. I was doing real well in tech sales. I was a single parent also. I raised two sons myself since 2006. So these things you should have heard something that you related to, whether it's sales, law enforcement, art, writing. I've been a filmmaker. Check the YouTube page, or I think that's where this video will link to. I have my master's project, a video I took on video in my I'll get to that, but it's an oral history, and I'm really proud of that challenge that I did. Okay, so in 2010, when the economy crashed, well, before that, by the time it hit me, I lost a significant, monstrous, gigantic chunk of income from sales. I said, what the hell am I going to do? I got student loans from an ex from way before that I took on like a fool. I decided to go to college. I went to Mesa Community College, took art history class, took cultural studies class, um, enjoyed it tremendously, and decided to keep going. Transferred to ASU. Didn't even think I could do that. Transferred to ASU and got into this thing called interdisciplinary studies because, frankly, like I said, I was working in the refugee community. I was doing things, and I didn't know where my path was leading, but I was already 52 years old. Okay, so it's not like I'm like freaking out over my total career because most of it was behind me, let's face it. So I took things that I really was interested in: African studies, African American studies, and human rights. I thought that would open the doors that I needed to if I wanted to become a case manager or go off Peace Corps, what have you. Okay, so I didn't know, but I figured, hey, follow your gut, right? And mine was getting bigger. So took those classes, took that program, interdisciplinary studies. Didn't realize the time, but at 52 years old, with a lifetime of skills behind me, it wasn't even a fair fight. So I graduated with 3.98. I was the graduate of the year for the College of Letters and Sciences in 2013, and I was the Leonore Bolin Johnson Award winner for academic scholarship in African American Studies. I applied and was accepted to Howard University in Washington, D.C. I took my son out of eighth grade. We went to D.C. and didn't last, only lasted there about a week and a half, and came back because just right place, wrong time, single parent. My other son was here, going just started ASU, and so we came back. So yes, I have two sons. One graduated from ASU Cronkite in journalism. The other one in there is he's finishing up at Barrett's at ASU Barrett Honors College in history major. He likes European history, and I'm very proud of him. We chose majors from the heart instead of the wallet, so it's nothing wrong with that either way. But yeah, history, journalism, interdisciplinary studies. Who knows what's going to happen, right? But anyways, so I have taught through Western Europe in terms of I was a digital nomad when he went to school. I became a digital nomad, got my Jeep, went on the road, taught from wherever I was. It was a wonderful existence. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And then this pandemic hit right after I went to Asilomar, Big Sur up in Monterey. Hey, Big Sur. So I got a dog and I named him Big Sur. Come here, come here, come here. Come on, Big Sur, come. I just picked up a puppy. So you guys are getting the benefit that my 302 that missed on last fall because that's all I was talking about. And then they wanted to see him, and I didn't get him until the course was over. Come here, buddy. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? What do you know? What do you say? What do you know? He's got the biggest paws in the world, and today he is 3 months old, and he probably weighs about 40 pounds. Yeah, you're shy. You getting out of here? Okay, he's a big black bear. His dad's 130 pounds, and his mom is 90. So he's going to be fun. Hey, I need a new wingman, and with this pandemic, I never thought I'd have a dog, but hey, he's been a good partner. And what 20-year-old wants to hang around with his dad like he does? So, little thing about me, that's my intro. If you have any questions, let me know. There's my bio and things in there, whatever. The key, though, is to ask me questions that you need to ask me, okay? And to never hesitate doing so, all right? Let's talk about, the Easter egg number 2. Let's talk about that. IDS equals integration. IDS equals integration. I'll be harping on that. No, that's like my mantra for 301, 302. Because the first thing we have to do is grasp this concept of interdisciplinary studies, which I'm sure you've got a little better grasp of because you've gotten through 301. And but 302, I want to refresh you or talk about what it means to be integrative, right? Because that's the difference between us and the animals. No, it's the difference between us and intradisciplinary, just a single discipline. Nothing's wrong with that. History major, history, great history. I think he's got a minor though. But major, minor, double major, what have you, these are multidisciplines and you just learn the stuff from either one. But for us, interdisciplinary studies, we seek to integrate. Integration is our goal. So I would like you to remember that and take it as a hint, because guess what your instructor really likes to see on some of the work? Integration. Bam. Okay. So if you purposely try to improve on that, just don't, because I just gave you that answer. Okay, IDS equals integration. Now, it doesn't straight up equal integration, but it's enough to know that that's how to start looking at it. Okay, and I would like you to go through your through module 1 here. You got to do the academic agreement. Okay, syllabus quiz. Send me the Easter eggs for this one. All right. And then we're off to the races. Now, look at Intro Module 1, look at the IDS 401, the Purdue OWL format. I'll talk a lot about that. Get going on your musical introduction if you can. Simple. You're talking about yourself, similar to what I'm doing. It's pretty easy. You can't really fail that. You can't really get a bad grade unless you don't do it. Okay. Do the responses for it. Okay. Module 1, video 2. I think I'll put it out on the 14th. What's today? Today's the 10th. Tomorrow is 11th. I think I'm going to put it out on the 14th. So I'm going to change that. And we'll talk more about it. You got quiz number 1. It's got some readings. And then I'm going to get a lot more into what we're going to be doing and why and how. Okay? Again, don't panic. Don't freak out. Don't stress, because it's very doable and it's very rewarding. Okay? I am very proud to say a number of my students come back to me and ask me for letters of recommendation. They ask me to refer them in their, for what have you, and I'm very proud of that. Okay, I just received one from a former student from last spring who wants to set up a Zoom with me. She wants me to write her a letter to get into law school. I'm like, dude, wow. My son would just laugh at me. His dad, he doesn't care about that. I mean, he thinks I'm not good enough for that. No, he doesn't. So I think what you'll find is that as we go through these steps, Tanner's 5 steps through modules 2 through 7, 6, whatever, I think you'll find that it's a very rewarding experience that teaches you about research, something that typically, overwhelmingly, most of you have not done since high school. And then again, that's not real research. I mean, it is research. Okay, I researched a trip to Europe. You research a new car. We do research. Okay, in high school, they said research the Titanic, and you go and you get all kinds of articles about the Titanic, the strength of steel, the icebergs, the shipping lanes, and you put it all together. You turn it in and say, "Here's my research paper on the Titanic." Well, in university, that's not research. That's just a report of compiled facts. If you go on a university campus, you'll see a lot of research buildings. They say it, building of anthropological research, the science of biology research, that building. Research builds those things, because what research does is it adds knowledge to the existing body of knowledge in a particular field. That's what we're tasked with doing. How are you going to add new knowledge to existing fields through an interdisciplinary method? Aha, I'm going to show you, and you're going to do it, okay? And it's going to be exciting and fun, and, now, every class is not for everybody, okay? My format it might seem a little informal. It might seem, I'm not a pushover. Most students will say, dude, man, you're grading. It's tough. It's not, okay? Because if you're following the instructions, I'm as clear as I can be. I work with people. I even allow certain redos, so, but I take it seriously, even though I feel like I have a good sense of humor, and I like being accessible, approachable, especially in an online course. So let's, just keep moving through that way, but, just do your best on this. So other than that, I'm gonna take off. It's almost 20 minutes. The last Easter egg has to do with this. Pull out the old mug. Easter egg number 3. Forks up. All right. You guys have a good one. Welcome to 302. Good to have you. Peace.